Ladies and gentlemen and in-betweeners, am I on, Kurt? I am? I can't hear myself. You're on. Okay, let's go back. Ladies and gentlemen and in-betweeners, tonight we have Billboard music chart topper. He's a top. DJ Ryan Skyy is here. The drag queen putting the extra in extraordinaire. Jazmyn Simone-Echelon is here. And keeping us looking tight and cute, we have rock star Dr. Tariq Ali Khan with my guest co-host, proving blondes do have more fun, DJ and event promoter Michael Paul from LE Parties, just in time for San Diego Pride, and me, your favorite host, with the deepest voice. So raise a glass and let the drinks begin.
Thank you for being
Boulevard.
Life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death.
I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, coming at you live, where I drink with your favorite celebrities as we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and, well, that's about it. So pop a cork, lean back, and raise a glass to On the Rocks.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Lord help us, it is going to be a bumpy night. Buttons and bows and pantyhose, this is On the Rocks, the place where we're too glam to give a damn. The fact remains that if our president can be orange, our mermaids can be black.
Hello.
I heard the funniest thing. They said, well, Ariel couldn't have been white because she was in salty water, and white people don't put seasoning on anything. Speaking of Disney and The Little Mermaid, we had Disney animator Andreas Wessel Therhorn on the show. Of course, he was part of the Oscar-nominated team for the animation for Mary Poppins Returns. Disney had to bring back all the original animators because they had no pen and ink animators. He also created characters in animation for Disney's Hercules, The Emperor's New Groove, The Princess and the Frog, Tarzan, the Goofy Movie, and the redesign of Tinkerbell. This last week, he surprised me with my very own Disney pick. Take a look. I'm now a Disney princess.
Oh,
how amazing is that? Like,
That's
I look,
so nice.
I mean, I'm Disneyfied.
It really does. It's the eyes. It's the
It's-
Disneyfied eyes.
Yeah, and like the cheeks and like no wrinkles. Just call me Princess Tipsy. So a huge thank you to Andreas. I mean, this is amazing. I can't wait to get the print on my wall. It'll be my new grinder pick. It's amazing. Thank you to our sober listeners for tuning in. We love you. Thank you for holding our hair back and driving us home. Speaking of drinking, the official vodka of On the Rocks tonight, making its debut, is Equality Vodka. You can enjoy an ultra premium, so smooth vodka and help support the community by requesting Equality Vodka wherever you go. They give 20% of each bottle to help fund LGBT nonprofits that work to secure equality, not just for the LGBT community, but everybody at large. Visit them at Equality Vodka on the web, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're very excited about this partnership, so you're going to be seeing them every week. Hello to our listeners around the nation on iHeartRadio, United Broadcasting Network, Player FM, Stitcher, TuneIn, Satchel, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. Happy to announce we are now on Roku, and of course we are on Facebook Live on Trendy Now in San Diego, True FM in Ohio, on the West Coast on GED Magazine, and nationally on Queer 40, and we now appear on Here TV, Amazon Prime, Facebook Watch, HereTV.com, and the Here TV app for free. Whoop whoop.
Honey.
Mama Rose is in the chat room on Facebook Live on The Rocks Radio Show. Ask her your questions. She will answer it. If it's a burning question, she's going to text me, and we're going to answer it right here on the air. Hello to our engineer, Kurt. Kurt, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Okay.
Pretty good. Do you have a pun for us today?
I always have a pun for you.
He's so punny, you guys.
So, you know, I've been shopping for a trailer.
Uh-oh.
Every time I think I found a good one, there's a hitch.
Oh, God. Where'd that
I'm so
audience
sorry,
come
you guys.
from?
I'm so sorry. Doctor, I am so sorry.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Jazmyn, don't put that in your next act.
I will, actually.
Notice how we all took a drink right then?
I
We're
know.
like,
We all have that awkward pause. It's like, straight people can be funny, too. Sean Chavez says hi to you, Jazmyn.
Hi.
Hi, Sean Chavez. Thanks, Kurt, for that wildly entertaining piece of
Anytime.
pun. Like us on Twitter and Instagram at On The Rocks On Air. Of course, I just said it. Facebook, On The Rocks Radio Show. Send me an email. Book me for a funeral. Quinceañera, bris. I don't care. I will show up. Info at ontherocksradioshow.com. I need you to start clicking subscribe on YouTube. Whatever podcast player we're on, like and follow us to keep the show going for free. Okay? I never stress that enough, and you're supposed to demand that. I'm
It's
I'm just happy you guys are here, to be honest. On the Rocks, on the road, you can drink with me in person this weekend, Sunday, July 14th. I am an MC for LE Party, San Diego Pride. Drag yourself to brunch.
Yes.
Doors open at 10:30 a.m. I'm going to need a little IV.
Well, doors open at 10 a.m.
What?
10
What time do I have to be
The
there?
show starts at 10:30.
The show starts at 10:30.
Yeah. 10:30.
Girl, we can be looking like boo-boo. Okay.
So basically,
that morning.
Right? We're checking in people between 9 and 10, and once you're checked in, you just can like mingle in the lounge. There's bars open, we got music playing, and then doors open at 10, brunch opens, and then the show's at 10:30. Yeah, are you ready to get out?
Yes. I'm just not gonna go to bed. How's that?
That's stay up. It's
I
fine.
think I'm gonna have to do that too.
You guys, this is the drag brunch to go to. A huge mix of your favorite RuPaul girls. Girls that are not part of the RuPaul group. Jazmyn is here.
It's only
speaking
me,
on the
y'all. But don't worry, I'm gonna be just as entertaining as those bitches. Trust me.
No, it's a great mix of community in San Diego, which we know is one of our favorite pride. San Diego is one of our favorite cities. Whether you're LGBT or not, everybody is welcome, and that's what we're going to talk about with LE Parties.
Yes.
But get your tickets for brunch because they will sell out in the next couple of days. Go to leparties.com. Then after brunch, you're going to go to the mega pool party. With hot mans and girls and plenty of booze and amazing music and an IV drip to help you get over your hangover. And I have a surprise for you, Michael. I have a little tuxedo outfit that I'm going to wear for the drag brunch, and then Men's Warehouse has made me tuxedo pant shorts for the pool party.
Oh, really? Hey!
Yes, I'm very excited.
Good.
You get to see my sexy legs. I am a bear under there. Okay. So come this Sunday, travel to San Diego because it's fun. leparties.com. We're going to talk more about that. On the Rocks will be on the seas for our debut cruise with the newest LGBT and LGBT ally cruise line, Vakaya, with their debut P-Town to Canada cruise from August 11th to the 18th. This is your vacation this year. You know how you're sitting next to your significant other? Nudge them and say, we are going. With a ship full of divas, including Tony Award winner Kristen Chenoweth, American Idol's Catherine McPhee, Glee's Alex Newell, Funny Man or Lady, Leslie Jordan, and Miss Lady Bunny. Are you kidding me? Go to myvikaya.com to book your tickets. When you get to the discount code, put ROCKS for a VIP experience. We're doing On the Rocks as a morning show, and by morning, I mean noon. And they're setting us up like a little...
It's morning somewhere. It's morning for all of us.
You're right. We're going to be set up at the Rendezvous Lounge with... Oh, it's going to be so fun. And we're doing a segment called What Happened Last Night? And then we're going to be interviewing the celebrities and the audience. We're just going to pull them up and we're going to do some fun. So book your tickets. I just can't wait. I'm nervous. I've never been around so many gays for so many days.
Party. Yeah, no,
I love my people.
Yeah,
but
maybe for you, you'll be like, just back up like 2 feet. Okay, cool.
Like on Grindr, everybody's going to be 2 feet. It's like, which one are you?
Right.
It's
Raise your hand.
Like, yeah, when they're negative 1 foot, you're like, oh hello.
Yes.
Anyway.
And it's just a torso, so raise your hand.
Yeah, right?
Well, I mean, you know, your phone's not going to work at sea, right? Isn't that like the thing? Like,
that's it. We have
put
to
your
make
phone
somewhere
away
important, yeah.
and talk to your neighbor,
And talk to
right?
people.
Like real world back in the day.
And you guys are dragging me for all of the other events to introduce some of the nightlife parties, to introduce some of the screenings that are going on. I'm going to be doing some of the shore excursions. It's just going to be a lot of fun. And we are filming it. The morning show, and then so when we get to port, they're going to upload it to all the On the Rocks radioshow.com. So go to that. Let me formally introduce my bestie for tonight, my Tweedle to my D. You can't even tell us apart. My guest co-host, keeping me in check for the night. Also my boss for San Diego Pride. California resident DJ producer and event producer Michael Paul, a.k.a. Michael Swenson, spins at some of the hottest nightlife spots in Southern California. You can also see him spin inside the happiest place on earth. Where's your Disney princess pick? The world-famous Disneyland and Disney California Adventure as he headlines their massive nighttime EDM-inspired events, such as Glowfest, Electronica, get it, Tron? And Mad Tea Party, to name a few. In addition to pushing new and cutting-edge music, he has produced tracks for events and shows around the world. Recently produced the opening track for the LA Lakers. Way to be Butch. I'm touring the Rams new stadium on Tuesday, by the way.
Really? Why?
I actually love football.
Oh yeah,
and I'm
that's
really,
right.
really excited.
But you just go for like to watch the game or to watch?
No, I'm like an avid fan.
Really?
I know teams. I have jerseys.
You keep score and all that too?
Yes,
Oh
I
my.
love football. Nobody believes me because they're like, and I'm like,
Oh my.
yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
Michael's production company, LE Parties, throws some of the most epic nightclub events and raging pool parties in Las Vegas and San Diego. Fun fact, Michael Paul, President AKA, as Michael Swenson, he's one of the world's best stage hypnotists. Did you guys know that?
No.
He has performed around the world on the largest stages and travels with Atlantis events, performing his hypnotist show. And he's also a hypnotist consultant for some of Hollywood's biggest film and TV shows. Please welcome back my guest co-host for tonight, Michael Paul.
Hey. So, thank you. I also come bearing gifts.
Oh,
yes.
I love a good gift.
So, before I bring it out, our whole Pride Weekend in San Diego is sponsored by JJ Malibu, and I brought JJ Malibu gift bags for everybody.
I'm so excited.
Kurt, can you? There we go. JJ Malibu logo.
Yay.
Yes, even the straights get the gift bag.
Now, explain who JJ Malibu is for our listeners, viewers that might not.
So JJ Malibu makes some of like the hottest, the best looking apparel, underwear, garments, T-shirts. What do you call those sleeveless ones that I don't ever wear?
Tank tops?
Yeah, tank tops. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't say wife beater anymore.
No, yeah, right. You can't say that. So they have given us like these amazing glasses,
Yes,
bags
queen.
full of stuff. And so this is like what our VIPs get for the weekend with some more stuff in there too.
And we love JJ Malibu because it's such a great, sexy brand. It's high quality.
Yeah. I had underwear on today, but
my favorite thing.
I tried it on. I was like, oh, this looks good, and because we got so we have some underwear for the dancers because we have like these hot dancers there, and so I was like, there's a couple extra in here, so I started putting them on. I'm like, oh, this is nice. Then I put the next one on, and I put the next one on. All of a sudden, I had like 6 pairs in front of me. I'm like, oh, these are all mine now.
Pixar didn't happen.
Well, maybe later.
I want to see the hair.
Oh, look at that.
Hey.
Right? Oh, I look good, don't I?
Yes.
It's probably the only JJ Malibu thing that fits me. Just kidding. They fit all sizes. Well, we love JJ Malibu. Can't wait to see them at the mega pool party this Sunday. Thank you for the swag, JJ Malibu.
Thank you, JJ Malibu.
If you want to send any models to the show, we wouldn't say no. So we are a few days before San Diego Pride, and I know your festivities start on Thursday. What does your week look in preparation, and what is going through your mind at this moment? The fact that you're here, so calm,
I know.
cool, calm, and collected is surprising.
I've been on the phone like half the time driving up here and doing all this stuff, but literally like we've been preparing for this for months. I mean, if not 7 months in advance. I mean, it takes a long time, and I have a team of people that are back behind this that are producing it and techs and all this stuff. But what I'm doing right now is kind of like just last minute details of just making sure some surprises are going to happen, even that I can't really announce yet. But yeah, it's just sort of last minute stuff. I mean, we're ready to go.
But I'm going to tell you, this is the difference of a professional versus people that say, oh, let's promote this event and let's have a nice graphic and then no substance behind the event. You've been doing this for a number of years.
Yeah.
So you've kind of cut your teeth on whatever obstacles might come up.
We've done this so many times that, it's kind of like we know what works, what doesn't work, and what basically, the ultimate experience is the guest experience. Like who's coming and who's going to have a good time. And you think about it, it's a pool party. It's a pool party. It's not that complicated, right? It's a pool party. It's drinks, it's friends, it's fun people. And we're just hanging out.
Have fun.
But you guys put a lot of effort on the music and the atmosphere. And like we talked about last time you were on the show, it is open. Because when somebody likes me, like a curvy girl, hears pool party, I'm like, oh, God. Like, it's Speedo Central. But your parties are a little bit different. Everyone is welcome.
Yeah, and so there's a picture on our website, which is leparties.com. And basically, that picture shows there's a pool. If you look at that picture, there is a pool in there.
There is a pool in there.
There is a pool in there. But basically, if you look at the picture, there is all ages. There is all shapes and sizes. There is everyone. And the cool thing is we put these giant inflatable rafts. I talked about this last time, but we put these giant inflatable rafts in the pool that seat like 6 to 8 people. But then when you look in there's like 18 people sitting on it. It's like get to know your neighbor. And all of a sudden, like you're like, oh, hey, who are you? Who are you? And obviously, liquid courage helps.
Well, and the fact that it is so open.
Right?
Girl. And a little birdie told me that there might be like a very loud, high-pitched, curvy Latino doing some mic stuff, perhaps, here and there.
Oh, you maybe? Yes.
I love doing pool parties. I did Laguna Beach Pride. I've done a number because people are in the mood to party.
Right.
And sometimes they just need a little nudge to turn to the person next to them.
Right. And you know what? I mean, it's like one of those things, everyone says, look to your person to your right and introduce yourself. Look to your person to your left. But sometimes that works.
Oh, it does. They
You
do
literally,
it,
could
they
you
do it
be
at church
sleeping
all
with
the
them an
time.
hour later.
The priests are looking all different directions.
Right? Yeah. But no, we're so excited. And drag yourself to brunch. Now, we just added a 7th queen to the lineup. Detox.
Oh my God.
Is back for a
Legendary
second year
Detox.
for us.
If you guys don't know who Detox is, get yourself to gay church because Detox, she's in a world of her own. I don't even know how to describe her.
No, that you just said it
Like,
right
I literally
there.
don't know
She's
how
in
to
a world of
describe
her
her.
own.
Aren't we all? We're all in a world of our own. So look, this is who we have. We have Jazmyn Simone, of course. Yes.
Simone hyphen Echelon. You have to
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Echelon.
Do I have to say
honey.
hyphen? Do I have to say
You don't have to say
But
hyphen.
you have to say all 3 names like
Jazmyn
Kali
Simone
Khan.
Echelon.
Like it needs all 3 names. It's like
Yeah. Jazmyn Simone Echelon.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So yes, you are going to be performing, and the reason, Jazmyn, I love Jazmyn. She has been with us for
From the first
from
one.
the very first one, and you have seen it grow, right? Like we went from like 100 people, and then the next year we had 600 people.
Yes.
And what's crazy is I don't think, maybe you or whoever was performing, I don't think people knew how many people were out there. They walked out on stage and went,
No, none of us did.
"Oh, it's a lot of people."
None of us did.
And
That's
then
why
all-
this year my mixes are a lot longer.
More money.
Oh, yes.
One
More
grab-
money.
She's gonna milk that.
But it's also it's
More
the
money.
lighting, it's the staging. You are literally watching a full-fledged show. It's not like
Yeah.
here's a drag show where you're just focusing like the queens have to do the whole show. You create the environment from the minute you walk into the doors.
With music, with even the scent. I mean, we have this new scent. It's really good. But
God,
we'll get
yes.
into that later. But no, so we have this year. It's in the round. It's theater in the round.
I love.
So the cool part is the stage is in the center of the room.
Oh my
and the
God, I'm
audience
done.
is everywhere on all
Now,
sides.
this
you can grab
is
faster,
me
you're like-
finding this out for the first time,
Right?
so I'm extra excited about
Surprise.
this.
But that's so great because there is no front of the table.
There's no bad
front
seat.
row. Everybody
There's no
is
bad
included.
seat. Everyone's
love it.
looking, and you get to see the front side. You get to see the back side. You get to see all sides.
So I hope
And
we
half
all
the-
make sure our hair is brushed in the back, you guys.
Well, half the time you guys are walking around out in the crowd and having fun with them. I mean, that's
Yeah.
like, right?
Yeah, I mean, with a big room like that, you hardly ever even stay on the stage. Like,
Yeah.
The stage is literally
Yeah.
5 feet. It's 5 by
it's
5
for you just to stand there in the beginning and then
platform.
just for like the first few seconds and then twirl around the rest of the time.
And it's fun for the audience to see the other audience on the other side having a great time. It just creates a great energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the creativity that LE Parties has with your events. And you guys, Instinct Magazine just had an article come out about LE Parties and Mr. Michael here. So check out instinctmagazine.com. That literally just came out like 2 hours ago.
I know it's amazing. I'm so excited. So not only Jazmyn is there, we have Chad Michaels, Vicky Vox. Who else do we have here?
Alexis Mateo.
Alexis
Oh,
Mateo, Cameron Michaels.
Cameron Michaels. Detox has now been added, and
Mayhem.
of course, our hostess,
My mother.
Mayhem Miller.
Mayhem motherfucking Miller, y'all.
Yeah, Mayhem.
And
The
Mayhem,
queen of the party.
Mayhem did the show like a couple of months ago, and we just had the best conversation, the best time. And there's some
Yeah.
news about Mayhem that you'll be hearing about soon.
Oh, really? Okay.
Is she really right here?
Is she right here?
This is so crazy.
Yes, lady.
Oh my God, girl.
Mayhem.
Kurt, do we have
Hi,
any other
lady.
chair?
Yeah, we need to get her a chair.
We will share. We will share.
You guys, totally unscheduled. Mayhem Miller, we literally were just talking about, hey girl.
Hi, how are you?
Good, we need to get you a drink.
Oh, yes, we do. That's why
I need to get some more vodka too.
Need a
matter of
cocktail.
fact.
Mama Rose, can we get another drink from Mayhem Miller, please?
And for me, honey.
And this is Equality Vodka, our new vodka sponsor.
Ooh. Is it
Were your
July?
Oh, yeah.
Were your ears burning?
No, they were not, but other things were burning.
Oh,
honey.
Well, we have a doctor
May
here.
not be a good
Yeah,
thing.
doctor.
Doctor.
Hey, I
Doctor.
have no insurance, so now I could get it for free.
He said, "Oh no, man."
He's like, oh no, bitch, you gonna pay.
So Mayhem, you literally had you did the show like I think 2 months ago.
Yes.
You have been a busy bee. What can you talk about? What can you not talk about?
I can talk about. I just got back from tour. Actually, Jazmyn joined me on tour this time.
I did.
We went to Africa.
South Africa, you guys.
Which was amazing.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Girl,
Yeah.
what a journey.
Yeah. Oh.
It was a journey.
It
It was a
definitely
journey.
Thank you, Mama Rose.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I just been working on branching out into other things right now. Makeup being, yeah. I just got done doing makeup right now. So I decided to collaborate with Hank and Henry Beauty, and
Henry was on the show like 3 months ago.
shut up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yay.
His fans love him, by the way. His products are so classy.
Oh my God.
And so accessible. What's the brand name?
Hank and Henry Beauty.
Yes, you guys have to go to hankandhenrybeauty.com. He's released all of his own products or watch the episode where he was on the rocks. That's awesome. What a great partnership. That partnership makes sense.
It's lovely. We created 3 different shades together. And
I know you have more than 3 shades.
I am a shady
Don't
lady.
we all?
Yeah.
Bitter.
So yeah, like now I got bitten by the beauty bug, so I'm going back to my roots as a makeup artist, and I love it. I'm trolling around Hollywood doing makeup now.
And other things. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and other things, and getting ready for Pride.
Hey.
But I have to tell you, we're going to be talking about the world of drag, and we were talking about a little bit about what sets a professional apart from everybody else. And I have to tell you, my relationship with Mayhem. You brought it, and everybody wants to hang out with Mayhem Miller and throw the shade and do the one-liners, which you do extremely well. But then there's also the professional business side of it, that you are so respectful to whatever venue you are at. You get respect because you give it, and I just have to hats off to you.
Oh, thank you.
And you're a lot of fun, girl.
I am, right?
Yes.
Y'all don't know half of it.
Oh my gosh. But they will find out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy? I want to say this. One of the reasons being a producer is working. I've said this before. Is working with talent that is professional. I think a lot of people think they are professional, but
Oh yes.
right. But then it's the ones that just do it. It's like, don't say it, do it.
Yep.
And that's why like these two are doing these events with us in San Diego, because they're so professional. You guys make it look so easy, like it just comes naturally, but it's years of in the industry and work and performance and practice and
plus it's good business because people will hire you over and over again because they'd rather deal with somebody professional that does an amazing job rather than somebody that's the hot, quick name for the 10 minutes of fame.
And then comes and acts like a hot mess.
Or doesn't dance.
exactly.
Dance.
Even move. It's like, girl, you in there?
I'm not saying no name.
Yes.
But
So silky and smooth. Okay. Let me formally introduce our full panel for today. We're going to take a little quick break, and we're going to get you a chair, Mayhem. But let me introduce our amazing panel. Like I said, you never know who's going to show up on the rocks. Dr. Tariq Ali Khan. 3 names, so amazing that you need 3 names. And all weekend long, I was like, Ali Khan! Like, you just have to do that. It sounds like an ancient god. Dr. Tariq Ali Khan opened Orange County Concierge Doctor to provide personalized medical care that caters to your healthcare needs 24 hours a day. Okay. He offers weight loss, and anti-aging services,
Hi.
and operates a full-service aesthetic clinic. He graduated with a Doctor of Medicine from American University of the Caribbean School of Medicine. Was that a party school? Be honest.
No comment. No.
Plead the fifth.
There was no social media back then.
Yeah. Well, he partied so hard, he went on to complete a residency in internal medicine at Flushing Hospital Medical Center, pursued further training at State University of New York, Downstate Medical Center, also has years of training in medical aesthetics and non-surgical cosmetic procedures. And I looked you up. Girl, he keeps us all looking good with non-invasive and healthier ways to make yourself over. When he's not helping patients, you guys, he pursues his passion for art and music as an accomplished jazz and Latin drummer who has performed around the country. He believes that his background in art and music combined with his training in the medical aesthetic field makes him the ideal practitioner of cosmetic medicine. And we're going to talk about some of his procedures, and I even have some video making his On the Rocks debut. Please welcome Dr. Tariq Ali Khan!
Thank you.
Yes. Also joining us today, Ryan Skyy is an LA-based DJ producer with 6 #1 Billboard charting mixes, a top 40 Billboard charting single, and a #9 iTunes US top 40 dance single. Billboard magazine recognized his remix of Adele's Hello as having helped the Monster Smash conquer clubs and reach the #1 spot on the Dance Club Songs charts. He's also a Billboard reporting DJ for the Dance Club Song chart, as well as a remixer for major artists and labels, including Ariana Grande, Janet Jackson, and Lady Gaga. His music has been featured on MTV.com and Logo and has played in several national retail outlets, including Planet Fitness, Gold's Gym, NYSC, and 24 Hour Fitness. I know you from other outlets. Please welcome making his debut on The Rocks, Ryan Skyy. And the lady of the hour, Jazmyn Simone-Echelon, SoCal-based queen who has been entertaining for 13 years all over California, mostly known for her Beyonce, Janet Jackson, and Whitney Houston performances, and Nicki Minaj. She gives the kids a wide range of entertainers.
You can say he.
I never know.
It's fine, honey. You can say he.
And then you hang out afterwards with no makeup, and I'm like,
He, girl.
I'm confused.
share your pronouns with me, girl.
Just call me queen, honey. We'll be fine.
Queen. we got a lot of queens in the room today. I'm afraid to even say that. Jazmyn hosts shows every Thursday through Sunday all over the Inland Empire. Also, the 2015 Palm Springs Queen of the Desert. And after 4 years, she is still the queen. Making her debut, Jazmyn Simone-Echelon. Yay! All right, we're going to get a little situated here. Kurt, can you please play Ryan Skyy's piece? You're going to enjoy a sample of his remix, and we're going to get a chair for Miss Mayhem Miller. Let me know when you're ready, Kurt. Okay, I'm back. All right, so that was a little piece of Ryan Skyy in action with one of his very famous remixes, kind of enjoying, behind the board, in your own world. Mm-hmm. What is the first part of a song that you respond to? Is it the beat? Is it the lyric? Like, what is it?
It's definitely the beat. I always look at the remix of a song because I have songs that I love, but I'm not going to play it unless the beat of it is in line with the energy that I want to bring to the night. Mm-hmm. So I'm usually looking at the remix first.
Well, it's really reading the room, because sometimes you put together what your ideas would be, like what's hot, what's popular, and the audience is just not responding.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of obsessed with reading the room because my first experience was so mortifying when I DJ'd that I never wanted to.
We gotta know. Explain.
My first gig was on Fire Island, and it was a pool party. But it was a different kind of pool party. So I never DJ'd.
Was everyone?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Like very chill.
Oh.
It wasn't a big festival kind of a thing.
Oh, I thought it was something
it's like a daily.
Okay.
Sisters across America.
So it's more of a chill kind of a thing. They have it every day. But I had never DJ'd before, so I was excited and nervous. And the DJ that normally does that event, I asked him. I said, "What kind of music should I spin?" He's like, "Oh, high energy dance music." I'm like, "Sweet."
That means something different to everybody.
It does.
That's what I found out.
Like energy to me is Edith Piaf on a good day. Like, you know. Nobody knows
And
what
the
I'm
room
talking about.
and the room left.
I do.
Everyone
Thank you. I'm
left.
talking about
Yeah, we all
1940s
take a
cabaret French singer. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, so he said high energy dance, and so I was like, okay, big festival music drops, high energy dance. So I showed up with that kind of music. What he really meant was just like radio edits of like Britney Spears, like pop songs
Top
that are
40.
Pop songs that are high energy, you know, Rihanna, all the classic stuff.
Now, how did you get that gig for it being your first time? Oh.
Fisting.
No,
This is a classy show,
That's
Michael.
fun.
I mean, waving.
I bartered with a local promoter when I was trying to break into the DJ scene. I used to own a marketing company, and I noticed one of the popular promoters, his social media wasn't popping, so I took him to dinner and I offered to do his social media if he helped me get started. So he would have me open his parties. He introduced me to other promoters, and I just kind of like got a little shortcut with my career. It made a huge difference.
And that's the way to do it. No matter what industry you're trying to break in terms of entertainment subcultures, it's about networking. It's about smart marketing. It's about actually making phone calls and sitting down with people.
Yep.
It's not, nobody's going to come to your door and be like, "Oh, I heard you were great." No, nobody's going to do that.
Yep.
That's amazing.
People always want to hire someone they know, and it's easy to work with.
Yep.
Right?
And also value. I thought, like, what value? Because why? He doesn't need to hire a new DJ. He's got tons of existing DJs. He would only be open to it if I could bring him some kind of value. So that was what I did.
Right.
Well, and I mean, look where you are now. I mean, Billboard, your name is all over Billboard. Some people come to Hollywood, whether you're an actor, whether you're a drag queen, whether you're a DJ, and you're like, oh, I'm only going to take this kind of event to do because that's what you think is what's happening right now. And you have to work up the ladder. There is no such thing as an overnight success at all. I don't care who you are. You have to have work the rungs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so my embarrassing story.
Yes, I can't
so
wait.
I showed up with my high energy dance music. I was so excited. And it was not. So basically, I started my set and I was playing big EDM records, like drops, and the whole place cleared within like 20 minutes, like completely empty space.
I would cry.
And they were really nice to me, but one of the bar owners afterwards, he's like, this is like the lowest bar sales we ever
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Way to
That
lift
is
your
like the
spirits.
kiss of death.
I was mortified, right? Because I was already so nervous to be DJing in front of people, and then to totally blow it like that.
Oh my God.
So I just became obsessed with reading the crowd because I was like, I am never going to experience this again. So if I put on a song, within like 15 seconds, I'm looking at the crowd, and I can tell if I lost them, and I'm immediately thinking of what else to put on, and it was a blessing. But,
Professional.
oh.
It's definitely different DJing for a club versus what you see DJs at a festival. Because at a festival, it's everyone knows the songs already, and they're just gonna play their set playlist. But at a club, you don't know who's gonna show up that night, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, this is what I love about Kurt. So he pulled up your episode when you were on a couple of months ago. He's pulling your pictures, girl.
I was like,
Yeah.
Stalker.
Thank you, Kurt. And
Not your Halloween picture.
We had a good time that night.
We did.
And Ryan, I love hearing these kind of stories because we do need to hear these stories about where we've come from, the obstacles we've had, and some of our failures, because you do learn from the failures.
Oh, I learned real quick.
So, Doctor,
Doctor.
let's talk about your malpractice. No, just kidding.
What's that?
What inspired you about getting into the medical field? Is it in your family? Because it's not like the easiest thing.
Yeah.
No, like nobody. Is it a passion for you?
With medicine, it was mainly, believe it or not, no one in my family is medicine. They're all business. I wanted to do retail. I did that for a little bit. I worked in Home Depot.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I worked in Home Depot throughout
Girl,
college.
you probably saw a lot of cosmetic issues there. It's like, girl, who are you in that face with a shovel?
So, initially, to me, it was pretty straightforward. It was easy. My dad's been doing it for years. So I said, this is something I could do. Maybe I'll just do business in school. So I started off undergrad in business. And then my dad goes, I've been doing this a long time. Maybe you should think of something different, just because he knew the in and outs of how it worked and how up and down it was and how volatile it could be, based on whoever you're working under, because when you're working for a large corporation, you're really not, you're not the top person, right? So I started looking into medicine, but my interest was more sports medicine. And my goal was always to be like a sports doctor in one way or another. And, specifically, we grew up watching boxing, so I always wanted to be a ringside doctor, for that.
Well, and dreams do come true. You actually sit ringside for a number. In fact, we have some pictures where people are getting mangled, and you're just like on the side. We have them there. There you go. You're just like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, it's really cool, because now it's like I grew up watching all these people that I'm sitting right next to, and they're right there. And it's like, man, I used to watch you on Scramble Cable because my parents wouldn't pay for the pay-per-view.
Scramble Cable, yes.
it's like, is it going to be 2 hours or 2 minutes?
Yes,
Like, what are we paying
Scramble
for? Yeah.
So yeah, man, this really is a dream to be able to work these events and sit with the people that inspired me.
Now, how did you go from like, okay, I'm ready to start my practice? Like, how did you get to be a ringside doctor? Because not only do you have to be good at your job, because who knows what kind of physical things are going to happen, but you also have to be part of the entertainment energy. That's why I call you the rock star doctor.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, you have to start from somewhere, right? So I did start doing amateur, and I worked amateur boxing for a little while. And that was, there are some people that will go straight into the professional line. And it's hard. You kind of have to get used to what you're seeing and be able to recognize what's a significant injury versus something you can kind of just watch for a little bit. But, when you do amateur, you get used to seeing those little nuances that you have to build and then apply to the professional ranks, because it is a different level. Even seeing a professional fighter starting their career in the professional leagues and one that's done 40, 50 fights, it's a completely different ballgame. So you really have to kind of get that. So I did a lot of amateur when I was in New York, and I got to sit ringside for some Golden Glove events, which are really cool because you get all the big names come out. Got to meet Mike Tyson.
I have a question for you. Have you ever met someone that's like you know them, and then when you met them, the expectation has like enhanced, or maybe I shouldn't have met them?
Diminished.
Yeah.
That happens in the
right when you meet
Yes,
celebrities,
it
like
does.
don't meet your celebrities. Has that ever happened to you? No comment.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I mean,
Yeah.
these boxers are like, they're
Yeah.
playing their part too, like their brand.
Yeah, of course. And it's interesting because I get to see them before they're really on the big stage, and
And they're nervous, I'm sure.
Yeah, but they're all really cool people. And you don't really get some of those kind of mannerisms. Some people will put those on for the camera in one way or another, and that's their brand. That's what they're doing. They're branding themselves. But for the most part, they're all super cool.
What's the biggest thing that you actually have to do? Like what's the most common injury that you're getting involved with?
So the main thing we want to make sure is that a fighter's not going to have a bleed in the head. That's it. So we're looking for signs that somebody's potentially has a bleeding in their head, and we got to send them straight to the hospital. And so there are little things that happens throughout the fight. When you see fights where a fighter is knocked out right away within the first couple of rounds, the chances of a major life-threatening injury is a little bit lower depending on what the impact is. But, that's why they say boxing is actually a harder sport compared to MMA in one way or another. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people being like, hey, that's wrong. But no, it's true, because once you get to about the 8th, 9th, 10th round, that's when your risk of a permanent injury is really going to go up, and a significant injury. So those are the things we're watching, So the first couple of rounds, yeah, that's important, but you really have to be vigilant as it goes on and look for those little nuances that you have to consider protecting that fighter and saying, okay, wait, you should stop.
That's a lot of pressure,
Right.
by the way.
Right.
Do
We all were sitting here like,
Yeah, because do
my
we stop
God.
the match and have the whole audience boo you because you're doing your job?
I've had that. I've I'll go up there and I'll hear somebody that's had a few 40s going, hey, no.
I love you said 40s and not like a vodka cranberry? No.
That's a different crowd.
Yeah.
It's a different crowd. So, yeah.
Now, in your general practice, because you do a lot of neat things, and I stalked you all over Gentle Care, Laser, and Aesthetics,
Yeah.
you do a lot of things that interest men, gay, straight, in between it doesn't matter, because now everybody is caring about the way that they look.
Yeah.
What's the most requested procedure, regardless of age, orientation, what people do cosmetically?
In my practice, I think everyone has their own little niche. In my practice specifically, it would be Botox and then tattoo removals. We do a ton of tattoo removals, a ton of those.
We actually got this email. What's the most common type of tattoo? I'm assuming it's names, but what's the most kind of tattoo that you're taking off?
I would say up until a few months ago, it was ring finger tattoos.
Oh.
Oh.
Names,
do
wedding
something
bands,
stupid like
names.
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're in love.
Yeah.
I've been in love many of times. But I would
honey,
not be tattooing no
I would
one's
never,
name on my
unless it's
finger.
mine
Yeah, it's
Or
names.
Something.
names.
my
and
child's
it's
name or
always-
something.
I would
you know
have thought
what's-
maybe tramp stamp would be.
Oh no, believe it or not, I actually haven't seen that many.
Really?
Maybe they decided they want
Or
to keep
Because
it.
people
Yeah.
are embarrassed to have them. They don't want
They're just
to
upset that they have it, right?
They're like, you know what? I don't want anyone to see this. But it's interesting. I've been doing them for quite a while, and I usually just sit there and I watch people go through it. And some clients were doing this for a year and a half, almost 2 years, and I don't know if it's just kind of a nature of that particular area or what it is, but that takes to me the longest to go away. Out
Wow.
of most area, you could remove tattoos anywhere on the body, but that ring finger
That's
tattoos
weird because I would
take
think
forever.
skin cells would go way faster there because you're always using your fingers.
Yeah, it's just the thinner areas. They tend to not fade as quickly.
Oh, wow.
So, but the larger areas, like if it's up here, on your upper arm, yeah, that's going to fade pretty
Right.
quick.
So if you're unsure about your relationship, thick areas.
thick areas, and just put your mom's name.
Right. Are you using lasers to remove?
Yeah.
Is it true that there's cream in the works? I heard that there was a company developing a cream. Is that?
I think a lot of them has. I don't, as far as chemical removal, that fits under the spectrum of chemical removal. Everything that's been out there has done nothing but scar people. So I haven't seen anything.
Because it's really like I would imagine burning your skin off. Now we've seen a rise in non-invasive cosmetic surgery, which you really excel at, which I'm all about. I don't want to be put under because people die. I also don't want to look boo-boo for like months and months because girl. and I don't want to deal with like a lot of extended pain. Yeah. A lot of the procedures you do, is it because there's more advancements in technology that it's getting easier to get your results without having major surgery?
There is. There's a lot of the technology is really just adjustments of what's been used in the last number of years, and there are little things that we notice about the way that technology was used that you get a different result, or we can enhance a certain result. And if you use something like, just as an example, just recently we were looking at the effects of cool sculpting and versus liposuction, and people that are going through those procedures.
Does cool sculpting really work?
Yeah, so that's a good question. That's what everyone comes in. They're asking, does that really work?
I've researched it so many times in the last month because now it's on billboards everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's another conversation.
We can make it this conversation now.
But I think that we're all like,
please.
Like, let us know, honey.
The grass is greener on the other side. Come on.
Skinny, fit people.
Cool
sculpting.
It's cold.
He'll never know, will he? It works. It actually works, and it was one of those things that I've actually I've been watching it for a long time. I wasn't interested in my practice because for the same reason I get a lot of people that came in and said, oh, I went through, I spent this much money, never worked, right? And then we end up doing lipo. So what the newer approach to doing it is actually the same way that we kind of treat aesthetics, in a way where you have to like find that breaking point between effectiveness, a little too much, and under-treating. And so what it is I think a lot of people were just being undertreated with it, and once you step a little bit more into it, you are going to spend a little bit more money on it, but it's effective and it will work.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, Kurt, don't kill yourself. But it takes some time, right?
It does take some time.
Because people think cool sculpting, like they zap it out and you walk out and you're like in a different size. It takes like 6 months, right?
It takes a little longer.
Oh,
Yeah.
who has
It
time
can
for
be
that?
But you do have to start your treatments like early and like really, you have to do a number of treatments.
So let's be honest here. Who here has done anything cosmetic, from Botox to like a little?
I wish.
I have.
I
I've done
wish.
it, and this is my doctor.
So what have you done, if you don't mind?
Well, he'll probably explain it better than I have. But so, I mean, I've done Botox, like to get rid of the wrinkles up here. And it's been, I mean, I love.
Looks good.
I love the results, and also
Michael is 82, by the way. I mean, it looks really, really good.
I drink lots of tea.
You spill the tea, Carl. Drink tea, bitch.
Wow.
But no, so like I mean, we all have imperfections that nobody sees but you, right? So it's like, right? It's like,
And you obsess about it, right?
right. Well, and it's like nobody sees it. I think it's like when you look at a video of someone, you don't notice anything, but when you look at a still image, you're like, oh, my eye and this and that and then my cheek and whatever. So I had like these like lines right here, which are now like gone, thanks to Dr. Khan. So I guess you can explain kind of like what we did, because I don't mind sharing, because.
Yeah.
Lines around your mouth? How'd you get those? Go-Go Boy auditions!
Casting couch.
Oh, shoot.
It's not even a couch. It's like a beach chair, like
Yes.
at one of your pool parties.
Lawn chair.
Yes.
Come on in. I got a Coors Light. But
Not a Miller Lite?
no, Coors. It's
Mayhem
water.
Miller Lite. Let's have you move just a little bit closer to my. There you go.
All right, so
What a fun
so
surprise, by
I
the
don't
way.
mind. You can share what you've done in literally the past probably 4 months or so.
Yeah.
And I wish I had a before and after picture, but it's dramatic and I see it. So you can explain.
Yeah. Actually, when Michael first came, one thing that we noticed was a lot of what we call just lipoatrophy. He works out, he's always moving. So it's not uncommon to get a lot of atrophy of these fat pads in the face, So he had a lot of what we call lipoatrophy. So we actually started kind of rebuilding that with an agent called Sculptra. And he's done fantastic. If you look at his before pictures, it's
crazy.
Difference.
Like you don't notice it because you just you just see it.
And you could see it, like, kind of around the temples and really in this area. And some of the older pictures that we had, I was just showing it to him the other day, and I was like, look at this. I was just looking back at this. He was really very, very flat in these areas. So we start rebuilding those, and then, because really what you're doing is rebuilding the structure based on the physiology of what's happening over time. So we start by doing that, and then we just add little things on top of that. So right in these areas, not only did it improve his skin texture, that you saw that over time, it started to improve these lines a little bit, and then all we had to do is just add a little bit of filler to that area, dermal fillers, and it looked great.
Yeah, and it's and it's one of those things where I think some people think like, oh, you have to do it every so often, but the collagen or how did you explain it, like builds up, and then it basically that's.
Yeah, you're good. You're good for like 2.5 years, 3 years.
Oh,
yeah, it's good. It really.
Do you think that I'm starting to need you now or no?
You don't have to doctor that. Like,
with all this makeup on my face, right?
Like,
with all this makeup on my face. When this is over with, I'm gonna wash this off and then we'll talk.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely. I think everyone does something, and it's really, like Michael was saying, one of my first clients that I had. Really defined why I actually went into aesthetics, why I started doing cosmetic. It was not because I just wanted to, inject people with stuff. You look on Instagram and everyone's like walking around with trails of money behind them. It's not like that. It really isn't, I mean, I certainly haven't seen that, but what I like about it compared to like conventional medicine, where somebody will come into your office, treat them with whatever the issue is. Oh, I got a cold, I got this, they're happy, thanks, high five, have a nice day. But with aesthetics, there's a different mind frame. People are looking at it differently. And when you just fix that little tiny thing, even just a mole, and you see we do tons of those, it builds their confidence. Their confidence changes. One of the first clients I did, when he came in, his hair was just like covering his face. He was always looking down, and he hated all those moles on his face. We cleaned him up. Looks fantastic. He had shaved his hair. Completely different person.
Now, you are in a very unique spot, though, and you being an OC, I know some of the actual OC housewives, but, like, it's not a lie. OC has a very different culture, and especially in terms of women. You have to deal with somebody's psyche as well. Like, they could be obsessing about something that's so, like, not even an issue, but for them it's their whole world, like you said. Or it could be somebody that keeps wanting more and more and more. Yeah. You actually can't just treat them for their physical ailment, and I use ailments in quotes, but you have to deal with them on a psyche level too.
Oh yeah, no, you have to differentiate the people that have what they call body dysmorphic disorder. They're really getting themselves to a point where they're really just seeing things that are not really a part of what's there, but it's changing their what's happening with them, and they just continue. Eventually they're going to find somebody who's going to do it for them, but most doctors, I think, these days recognize it pretty quickly and say, you know what, I don't think you need that,
No. Oh. Okay, we got the red alarm, so we got a little rapid fire happening. Okay, so this is rapid fire. Everybody has to go, and as fast as you can, just answer these questions, okay? Strangest place you've had relations, Dr. Tark?
Library.
Oh, good for
Library.
you. It happens so
was
often.
really quiet.
Yeah.
Outside.
Outside.
In the woods.
What?
Oh, in the woods?
Were you with the Pope?
Blair Bitch Project? Mayhem.
Oh gosh, yeah, like hiking trails.
Okay.
Plural.
You better stop with that one. You better stop.
Outside on the hood of a car while it was raining.
Okay, that's romantic. That's not strange. Now we're about to get freaky, everybody. Yeah.
On the couch with me.
I hope she's not.
She was passed out.
That wasn't weird, though.
No, that wasn't
That
weird.
wasn't weird. Wait, what?
My grandmother's house.
Okay, that is.
Yes.
I think you win. Okay, Beyonce or Gaga?
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
I'm gonna say Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Gaga.
Gaga.
Gaga. It's 3 against 1. Okay.
Lines have been drawn.
I literally have. Britney or Madonna?
I know this.
Neither.
I agree. I'm right there. Well, you know
You
what?
burned in hell.
Britney.
Okay.
No, I would say
Okay.
I'd say Madonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say Madonna. She's got the
I
pedigree.
say Britney for the simple fact is like I was never like a big fan of Madonna, but once Britney came out, I was like, ooh, because I've always been like a big Janet Jackson fan. So Janet and Madonna, you have to pick one of the two.
Janet's a good mix of them because she can appeal to like what's poppy, but then she's an actual like.
Yeah.
She
so
sets icon
Britney
status.
though, Britney.
Okay.
Britney is what made me realize I was gay as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? Coming out
She
of the womb
did.
wasn't enough for you?
No, sadly.
I would say Madonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Madonna if we stop at
Okay,
Hang
there you
Up.
go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Confessions
yeah.
on a dance floor.
Yeah, that's the end of the Madonna era for me.
Because this new one.
I don't know what's going on.
And her face. Talk about somebody that needs to stop with the face. It's like
And the ass.
Yeah.
Did you see
And
the
the
ass?
act.
It's like droop. It's like a commercial for Depends. By
And
the way.
the act. Period.
Oh God! If you could have sexual relations with a celebrity who has passed, who would it be? Michael, you go first.
Who has passed? Oh my gosh.
It could be like from the 1920s.
I don't even know who comes to me. It's Skip.
Get it? Yes.
Prince.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would probably say. I mean, if I was 12, Michael Jackson. I don't know. Kidding.
Wow.
Kidding.
Wow.
I would be.
Hey, email I'm gonna get. Oh, there you go.
No.
Oh.
I don't know. I never. Nothing comes to mind.
There's not like when you watch like classic films.
No, I
or,
don't
like,
have sex with people that are like 90.
No, that have like but
No, we're
them
saying,
in their
like-
time, like Paul Newman.
No.
Oh my God.
I would do Paul.
Okay.
But that's not my pick.
Okay. So who's your pick?
Oh shit. Heath Ledger.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I don't think anybody would say.
That was the
no
first
to
time I was
that.
actually turned
Or
on
Paul
by
Walker.
Joker.
I was just gonna say Paul Walker. Yeah.
Those- I
That's
think-
my
I
type.
like Paul Walker. That'd be like doing yourself.
That'd be fun.
It would be.
Would
Talk about an
No,
era.
it would be. No, I agree
Would
with
it?
you.
What?
Is this something
Yeah.
I need to know?
What's wrong with that?
I can't think of one other than Paul Walker.
Really?
Yeah, I can't think of one.
See, mine goes to like.
It's hard to think of
Cary
who's
Grant,
passed, though.
Rock
I'm trying to think of
Hudson.
old movies.
Well, I certainly wouldn't want to have sex with Frank Sinatra.
Why not?
Why?
He was so cute and
I
amazing.
like his music, but it doesn't make me want to get in bed with him.
Only if he sang to me in bed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Liberace.
That's why I said. Oh my God, I was gonna say that too.
Liberace.
I can't even think of anyone.
As a straight man, like Farrah Fawcett.
Piano while you sing.
Yeah, who's dead? Let's go. Can we get a list of dead people?
He was like, I keep people alive. What are you talking
It's
about?
like karaoke. It's like, didn't like that.
Right.
No, yeah.
I
yeah.
only say Prince because he was pretty.
I never understood this huge like
I don't get it
attraction to
either.
Prince or his music. I literally don't get it. I don't think
Never
anything.
got it.
Anyway, but we're talking about aesthetic and beauty, and I know in the drag world, and I want you both to talk about girl. My God,
I'm just pouring this
Yes.
equality. It is good vodka.
It is good.
it's smooth, you guys. It's won a bunch of awards. And
It
it's,
is so
it's
smooth.
It's great for the.
You don't realize you're drunk until the shit is over with.
Now, in the drag community, I know some queens have really taken extravagant measures with their face, with their body, in terms of surgical cosmetic. It's not just a little tweak there. Is there that pressure to really transform yourself? And does it come from them, or does it come from the drag industry?
I feel like back in the day it was pressure like that, but now like makeup has come so far to where people can just create whatever they want to create. In all honesty, with me, because I don't feel like I have that pressure to do something to my face or my body to look more like someone else. I just try to do my makeup as good as I can. But back in the day, I can probably understand it because makeup was not what it is now.
You know, I don't know. For me, it's different because I've never thought about changing myself because luckily when I am painted and
beautiful.
without my paint, I'm
come on.
cool. But
You're a meme either way, by the way.
True.
And here's like a good before and after. I mean, like this is a transformation.
like Jazmyn said, like for me, it's always been the art of drag that has drawn me to it so much is being able to be a master of makeup and transforming and creating the things that you want, because that's the illusion of it all is the art.
That's the skill. That's
So that's why I've never touched my face or my body, because I'm like, I want to give that illusion so people could be like, oh my God, wow. But some people, I know, especially like in the past, a lot of people want to be feminized and they would add in the things, and it just never was part of my journey.
It's funny because the mix we have for Sunday's brunch for San Diego Pride with LE Parties, Detox and Chad Michaels are very open about the work that they've done, and you can definitely tell. And it's like it's not even to be more feminine; it's an exaggerated version of who they are on stage.
But like Dr. Khan said, people do these things because it makes them feel good, and everyone is different. Everyone wants something different, right? So by like for me, like just doing this, like it makes me feel better. I don't feel like when I'm sitting at Fantastic Sam's getting my $16 haircut, and I see this like giant thing right here, and I'm like, oh, it's like gone now. I'm like, it makes me feel good. You feel more confident, right? I mean,
Yeah.
So I got some questions about the drag world, and it's very funny that you were able to pop in because, now that RuPaul's Drag Race has set, like it came out mainstream on VH1, which was known for hip hop shows. For it to be on that channel, mainstream, every single person knows RuPaul's Drag Race. They know the queens, whether you're conservative, doesn't matter what your orientation is. We don't deny that. But there's a new discussion now that it's been on VH1 for a couple of seasons and it's kind of had time to settle. Has it done any harm to the actual skill of a drag queen? Because the conversation, especially with this last season, has gone to now it's just about what kind of gowns we've had made for us, or it's just about standing there and looking pretty, when we know because you guys have really started when it wasn't like as mainstream.
A thing.
You had to be able to host anything from a Plumbers Association award show
Yes.
to Carnegie Hall. You had to be able to be funny on your own. These were just the skills you had to have on top of looking the part. Do you think the show has kind of taken away from that skill?
You go.
Well, not ever being on the show, I don't think it's taken away from the skill. I think it more so made me want to excel myself. In like a a kind of like a weird way. I wanted to excel myself because I mean, being a fan of the show, I do see a lot of girls on there where I'm like,
And you've worked with some of them too.
really?
And you
I work
see
with a
how
lot of them,
talented
honey,
they are.
and I see how untalented a lot
is it
of
because
them
they're just
are.
a mess and it's fun to watch?
Yes, for one, yes, but also my favorite part about Drag Race is the challenges and the runway. I don't really care what they do when they're back doing their makeup and stuff, because I mean that's what we always do. I know that's exactly what goes on, but when it comes to like that stage and it comes to actually performing at the end of the night, that is what we get paid to do, is to perform and entertain. So it never really like what goes on with all behind the scenes with all that, and when they're getting ready, it never really like changed anything. It just made me kind of like okay with the queen that I am, and maybe just to excel my lip sync a little more, because that's what we get paid to do. Like,
I love to hear that.
We're not really getting paid to stand there and be pretty. If that's the case, we all would have been on Top Model. We're there to entertain. We're there to be funny. We have to be able to hold a crowd together. We have to be able to deal with hecklers in a,
You guys have a lot to deal with.
It's a lot to deal with when you're sitting on stage with
And
a
now
microphone.
you have to be a social media
and now
queen,
you have
too,
to be
right?
I don't really care about the social media part of it, because
that is a part of it, though.
it is.
I
It
hate
really
social
is.
media.
No,
Like, it's such
I love it for the fact that people get to see what I do, but I don't really base my success on social media, on my social media numbers and stuff, because if I was making money off
And
of
that
how
plays with
many
your head,
followers and how many people liked me on social media, I would be broke as fuck. But I don't focus on that, so now I'm like rich as fuck. So it's and I learned that from this one.
Well,
Like,
the hustle is real.
I do things the May way, is what I used to tell people back in the day. Like,
The hustle is real because to become successful, you can't measure your success based on if you become a contestant on a reality TV show.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like outside of those walls of the workroom of RuPaul's Drag Race, there is a a world.
Yes.
And a drag world
professional
that has
world.
been in existence for decades and years upon years upon years. And like Jazmyn, that she's my daughter, and you know, she came up underneath me, and one of the main things I tried to teach all my drag children is that what you do on the stage is what matters.
Yep.
That's what matters, because people go out to the nightclub night after night to get an escape, to go out and have a good time.
Absolutely.
And so you're there to take them into a different place. And so, you know, that's the important thing, not trying to get on a TV show. And I think that's where the drag world is going, into that direction, that a lot of people only want to be involved in drag because they want to be
get on
famous.
TV.
And they want to get on TV, and that's not what that's about.
And that's not true passion towards
No,
your
it's
art.
not.
Because if
No.
two people see you, you're still doing your passion rather than now. Life has changed dramatically for you, not in terms of the show. You've always done an A-list show, but now your social media did explode because of national exposure. Do queens backstage treat you differently since being on the show?
Actually, no. And the reason being is because I'm not like, I don't turn out to be what they think I'm going to be. Because unfortunately, with girls that have been on Drag Race, they get to people's cities and they play
Act a
that.
fool.
They play that cunt. You know, they're I'm on TV and I want this and I want the green M&Ms and I don't come in my dressing room. And the diva behavior is notorious for some of the contestants that have been on the show.
Yes.
I call them contestants because not all of them are my sisters.
And not all of them are winners.
But you know, when I get to places, people are like, "Oh my God, you're so much fun. You're down to earth. You're real." And I'm like,
When you were on this
"Because
show, I was nervous because I thought, "Oh God, Mayhem Miller," and you were like, "Yeah, let's hang out, and
Let's drink."
chat." Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's so refreshing.
It's sad to me because, you know, at the end of the day, like I did drag because I wanted it to be fun and I wanted to bring happiness and laughter and joy into people's lives. And that's why I do it. And I want that to continue to be my purpose. And I wish people that were involved in Drag Race, I wish that was their purpose as well.
You can tell though. You can tell actual talent and chemistry, by the way. It bleeds across. Just to give our chat room a little hello, Jonna Buck says, "Love you, brother Jazmyn. You're doing amazing things. I'm here for you, honey." Randy Furman says, "Great, great, great." Court Tanae. Callie says, "Yeah." And then Sean's question was, Mayhem, are you Jazmyn's mom? So
Yes, she is.
I
honey.
am.
So you have this energy backstage and then on stage. DJ Ryan Skyy, it's kind of a lonely journey for you because you set up your stuff, your name is on LED lights, and then the party's out there.
Yeah.
They could jump up and down and cheer for the song, but it's kind of a lonely performance.
You're a bit isolated. The feeling, being a DJ, there's a bit of an isolation. There's a glamour to it because you're up on stage, and in one sense, I'm interacting with the crowd and getting that, but also there's a separation there. You show up before everyone is there, then everybody leaves, and then you leave. So you kind of go to the hotel by yourself, and there's that element of it.
And you don't get that performance rush, like you don't get the applause for you. You don't get that camaraderie, like being part of a play. You're part of a cast.
It's crazy with DJs because, there's like dancers, performers, but DJs, they're there the entire
whole time.
And they're
Good,
not only
bad,
just
and
standing,
indifferent.
they're dancing, they're
Yes.
moving, they're there early, they're there late.
And they can't really get drunk because they're
Look.
I know quite a few
Drink
messy
runner.
DJs.
I know a lot.
But we actually had this conversation before. The successful DJs are focused on what they're doing, having great transitions, reading the crowd. When they're getting so drunk and messy, it's not cute. Just with any performer.
Not always, though.
Oh.
Not always, because come this Saturday, I'm DJing at Rich's, and I'm going to be
Yes, God.
Jägermeistered.
Ooh.
Jägermeister.
And that's my
I'll be
night
there.
off, so I
I'll
get
I'll
to
be
party.
there Saturday night too.
He gets a little Botox. He thinks he's in college with Jägermeister. Okay.
I'll be there Saturday night too.
But no, it's true. Like you think that dancers are out, like they do like 15 or 30-minute sets, and then they go change and take a break, and then you guys are performing your numbers or two. But you guys have so much work in advance and at the end. So everyone has their own thing, but a DJ it's always crazy. I think there's a meme out there that says it's like remember Breaking Bad, all this money on the table, and it's
my God.
we had a great night. Pay the DJ $50.
Yeah.
The DJ is literally like if they
The
play
anchor of the night.
everything, and it's crazy that still to this day it's not recognized.
even when you go on, like, we have a lot of the same friends, and I'll see a post. It's like, does anybody know an affordable DJ, which means they have $50
Right.
for a big event that they've been promoting for months? It's like the DJ literally sets the tone.
Yeah, you should have the DJ book before you have the dancers.
I always tell people, like, especially when it comes to nightlife, the DJ is probably the most important aspect of throwing a good party, because you can have all the drag queens in the world that are amazing, but is the music gonna be good?
Right.
Yeah.
Because after we're done doing our show, what's gonna happen?
done.
You know, and the DJ is there, like you said, you know, from beginning to the very end.
And then when you do your show, is it going to be packed because the DJ kept people there?
Exactly.
Keeps it going.
Up until your
It's all a
performance.
machine that
It's a
we all have
partnership.
to,
There
you know,
can't be
work
one
in
week.
Everything.
in conjunction.
Everything's a partnership. We're all in it together. I mean, I could get my nephew to get up there with pots and pans and bang on it, but at the same time, that's not going to keep a party. But when you have that's why I wanted Ryan to come on. He's headlining, closing the party for our Sunday pool party, because he's going to kill it. And I mean, it's good.
Now, Ryan, we're talking about like building your skill. There's no real like DJ school.
No.
How did you start learning how to use the technology? Is a totally different thing than the actual hearing of the beats and hearing songs that could go together that you would never think. How did you build that skill?
Before I started DJing, I'm a classically trained pianist, composer, singer. I went to school for music. I have a BFA, so
I have some pictures of you playing the piano, by the way, too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you really do have a music foundation.
It came really, really easy for me, the musicality of it. The actual mixing, I didn't have CDJs at home. I told you I partnered with a promoter that would let me open his parties. So I was learning on the job, mixing. I was train wrecking songs. I mean, it took me a good like 6 months of doing that. I was not very good in the beginning, but I did it for so many years that I've gotten really good at mixing now.
And in talking about having your voice heard, with technology, everybody can, quote, be a DJ. Like, everybody can be a singer and release a music video. Drag, people think if they can wear a pretty gown that they're automatically a drag queen. As a skilled DJ, proven on Billboard charts, with everybody putting out content, with DJs saying, hey, I'll DJ your event for $50 by putting a mix on, how do you, as a professional DJ, keep your voice being heard?
Through my productions, through originals and remixes that I do. That has made me a stronger DJ, and then DJing has made me a stronger producer. They kind of feed into each other, because when I'm DJing, I'm seeing what tracks are working, what sections of songs are working and not working. And then when I'm in the studio producing, I know what's going to translate to the dance floor. So that's made a huge difference.
Who were some of the earliest musicians that affected you, that you remember, like a song you heard, you're like, wow, that really affected me?
I used to not be... I used to hate dance music growing up, because I grew up in a small town, grew up on country music and classic rock. That's what my family listened to. So I was never exposed to dance. I didn't get it. And then when I was in college, I was a bartender at it was a straight club. And that was when pop and house were starting to merge. It was when Neo and you kind of had those housey pop songs. So I started to get exposed to that. And then I was the only gay bartender at this straight club.
You're gay?
I mean,
we had a ratio that we had to keep here. Sorry, doctor, you got to keep it up.
Yeah, so the owners of that club, they had another club that wasn't doing well anymore, and they're like, oh, maybe we should make Saturday nights a gay night. But there was no gay promoters, and I grew up in Pittsburgh. It's not like New York or LA. That's not a thing where there's like gay promoters throwing parties. Mm-hmm. So like, well, who's gonna throw a gay night? And they're like, oh, Ryan's gay. Like maybe he'll do it. Yeah. So they asked me. They're like, do you want to? I'm like, I'm not a promoter, but they're like, well, you can charge a cover at the door and keep the money. And I'm like, all right. Yeah,
okay,
let's do it. I'll make money.
Sounds good.
I'm a promoter.
Yeah. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But they were like, but you got to start this weekend. I'm like, oh my god. And there wasn't really social media, so I hired some people, and we all went on to Grindr. And we started messaging people, and then like bringing up the party in conversation.
By the way.
Guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, that's what I had to do.
Change your profile pic to the latest event poster you're in.
Just bring it up like, oh, I'm going to this party on Friday.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because I used to do that. For work, you know.
Well, I haven't had Grindr in a long time, girl. I don't know what the fuck's going on with them nowadays. I haven't.
You better say that. Your boy is right behind you.
You don't get your ass.
No, I haven't. Like, I really haven't. So I don't know, like, if they stopped all that. Oh, everybody's quiet.
I know.
Oh, nobody believes
Yeah,
me.
we're not believing that.
Doctor's like, what's grinder? I'm like, for you guys, well, yes, Botox, just market that out of that.
Yeah, so the party,
will get a
the
lot
party
of
did
hits
well,
on
but
Botox.
they started playing dance music at the party, and that's really the first time I heard house. But to answer your question, at my events that I was starting to promote, I remember the DJ playing Dead Mouse and Cascade, like the when they did a couple tracks together, and that's really when I started to fall in love with it. The sounds and the vibe of it. It's like, okay, and then seeing the crowd, the energy and the love and everything coming together. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm starting to get this. And I fell in love with it.
What are DJs doing right now, and what are they doing wrong now?
Ooh.
What are DJs doing right, and what are they doing wrong?
Mm-hmm. Don't be PC.
Like, do you go to
Yeah,
do you
just spill it.
do you party outside of DJing? Like, do you go to clubs outside of DJing
do.
and see other DJs?
I do.
Okay.
Well, some DJs just don't have the musicality.
Yeah.
I hear them spinning, and they'll play songs that aren't going well together, and not even the mixing, but just going from one song to the other. It's like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
I don't hear a theme, or I don't hear them taking
That's
the
their
crowd.
pre-recorded set
That's-
Hello.
in a row. So this is
Or they just don't get it. They just don't
Yeah.
have the ear for it.
to Ryan's point. What you said earlier is you read a crowd, and I think a professional like you, doesn't matter your audience. You read the crowd and you react accordingly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes a special skill to be able to do that.
Absolutely.
I was at a daytime party the other day, and the closing DJ came on. It was, we were all having fun, outdoor, daytime, pool kind of a thing. And then the closing DJ came on. It got real acid house, dark, after hours, like no vocals at all. And it got real weird. And I'm thinking, this is
Party
not
to me doesn't say
appropriate
it.
for this vibe. And I was so over. I'm like, I gotta go. But yeah, it's just sometimes I see that, and I'm looking at the DJ like, I just think they
Because
just don't
that's
get
a
it.
pre-recorded
I don't-
set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We were kind of talking about that a little bit earlier as far as the DJing stuff. There was one guy I went to see in Vegas. He's a big name. I slipping my tongue right now, but
Wow.
Do you know what club?
Bill the T.
Omnia.
Omnia? I don't remember the name, but
Anyway, yeah, it was just. I have a little nuance for that also, because I listen to it pretty closely in terms of what the DJ is doing, what they're thinking, and I remember sitting there going, "Really, this guy's super famous?" What's
Well, we're gonna
Wow.
actually. I have a rapid fire
Why?
question.
Okay.
Yeah, about that. So, Doctor, let's talk about the musicality in your life, though. To know that you're a drummer, jazz and Latin inspired, and you think it actually contributes to your skill as a doctor. Explain that.
So, in terms of music and just the way that you look at these things artistically, you're really just trying to find those little bits that you can kind of, for lack of a better word, inject something into that particular piece to change
the perfect word.
to change the dynamic of what that person's listening to or what they're looking for. The reason I played a lot of jazz and Latin is because there are little things that happen throughout the song where everyone is kind of working off of each other, and it builds the song, and it builds the idea of how you improvise that and make it become something pretty impressive. So that's what that's kind of how I look at a lot of what I do. For that matter, I always have like something playing in the background, whether it be like old school funk, the Meters radio on Pandora's fantastic stuff.
every time every time I go to him, though, it's like a relaxing atmosphere. You're just like chilling. You're
Because
just like,
music literally affects your heartbeat.
Absolutely.
It regulates your heartbeat.
Absolutely. It's
That's
calming.
where reggae music came from. Those beats slow
We
your
were
heart
just
down.
talking about reggae music.
It's like scientific. It happens. But Latin to jazz, Latin has very structured time beats. And jazz is like, whatever. Being a drummer in jazz must be like being a schizophrenic, because you're like all over the place. And maybe that's like your profession. You never know what's going to happen during a procedure.
Yeah, it's the one thing I liked about that was just the ability to improvise. during a set. You can play the same song over and over, and every single time it's going to be a little bit different because you are improvising with the other person that's improvising, and you're improvising with the other one, and it all works together. And always that's what makes it more interesting. You can go from one place to another, and it'll always be a little bit different, and that's what I like.
What was the first drummer gig that you had? Do you remember? Where you were like on stage and like, oh, I'm a drummer now.
Oh wow. I played concert drums when in school, so like when I was in high school and junior high, I kind of played concert drums, but my first was when I did jazz band in high school. I had literally had my drum kit for 6 months, and then I made the jazz band. That was surprising. I didn't even know how I pulled that off. But
and girls love a drummer, by the way.
Yeah.
If anybody's going home with anybody, it's the drummer.
Okay, so
they bang really hard.
Kurt, come on. There we go.
I was trying to find one. You beat me to
I got it.
Oh, get it? You beat me to it? Oh,
Oh, this is a drinking game. How many times am I gonna miss one?
That's true to a certain degree. I used to think that was true. Until I played gigs, and you see, like, you got out in the audience and you see people looking at you, and there's like this. I remember one gig we played down at school because we had a band that we were playing, there, and we would play like the Battle of the Bands. There was enough bands on the island that we were able to put together something. So I remember playing this show one time, and I look over to the side and I see this girl going, "Oh, she's blowing kisses." So I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty cool," All right, so I get down from the stage afterwards, and I'm like, "Where did she go?
They love you when
do you
you're
know the
on
lead singer?
stage, right?
You remember I was the one up there? I was the one.
That's me.
It's funny.
Look.
Girls are taking their tops off for you left and right, even today, because the doctor, they're like, oh, what do you think, right?
True.
So first times, Mayhem, we talked about your first time doing drag.
Yes.
Jazmyn, your first gig where you were performing, do you remember what the gig was? Do you remember what your feelings were like?
Well, my first time performing was in a competition. Like my very
that was
first
your
time.
A competition?
Yeah.
Jesus, I would be like, oh,
I
I'm
started
do this
like
little thing.
back in like when I started, it was only competitions. Like there was only like 2 bars in the Inland Empire that you could perform at.
What was the competition though?
It was Drag Idol at Oasis nightclub.
Good for you for saying my first time on stage is gonna be a competition.
It was a competition, and I was awful, but it didn't defeat the fact that I enjoyed myself being up there. So like from that moment, I knew like, oh, bitch, this is where I need to be. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'll be back here next week. Don't worry. If I lose again, it's okay because I enjoyed being up here. And I mean, 13 years later, look at me now. I'm on a radio show.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Right.
An amazing radio show.
Yeah, an amazing radio show where they get you pretty liquored up, y'all.
Now, for you guys, how have you guys as performers changed the most from your first time on stage to where you are today? What's the biggest thing about yourself?
I've slowed down.
Okay.
Because when you first start, like your nerves are all like up and just up, and I was like, if I watch my video back, I'm like, damn, I was like running back and forth. I was like literally running back and forth.
Well, part of that too is like, I just had to pay for this outfit. We just got like
there was no money. Believe me, I was horrible. I was just running from one side of the stage to the next, Like it was a mess. I've learned to slow down and take in the moment and let people take me in too. And when the money will come up before you even leave the stage. Like I've learned that over the years.
So take a breath and enjoy being in
Take a breath and
the
just
moment.
enjoy being on stage.
Yeah.
Like don't like run around, because if you run that fast, I really didn't even see what the fuck was going on until it was over with. And then I watched the video and I was like, damn, I was like racing. I was racing against myself. There was nobody else to beat me.
I was MC for a Pride, and they had a DJ that's new to the scene. He was phenomenal. Talk about knowing beats to songs that you would never put together that mix so well, but he kept changing it every minute. And I was like,
I hate that.
We just got into it, and then he changed it. Were they amazing transitions? I was like, I need this recording. But he was just so nervous about taking too long or breathing
He's
in
nervous
it.
about losing.
I
think a lot of people forget, for performers, DJs, doesn't matter what it is, they think they have to be like, oh, we got to get to the next thing. Instead of let people enjoy it, let people marinate into that fun.
But it's funny because as media consumers, we're scrolling through, we're watching something on TV, we have something on our tablet, and we're like, scroll through. We don't even see the post that we're liking, the actual written part of it. So that's our attention.
Attention span, yeah, it's quick. But I mean, I think that a lot of times when you see acts, seasoned acts like these two, you basically become immersed in what they're doing. And what I love about especially these two is, I mean, I've had them several events. When the music shuts off, when it's not the act, and it's just the interaction with the guests at hand, first off, you never know what you're gonna get.
Right? Never.
You be like putting money in my titty bank, and but what's crazy about it is when you interact with the guests, it becomes real. It becomes emotion, and I mean, so last year at San Diego Pride, at the very beginning of the show, I don't even know if you performed yet. Within the first minute, you had an audience member stripped down to their underwear, basically like back and forth, like, oh, you're gonna do that? Mayhem took something off. He took something else off.
Yeah.
He took something.
He was hot. I wanted him to get naked, so I was willing to take off my drag.
He was down to his underwear.
But that's a seasoned performer.
Exactly.
Entertainer knows how to do it with the audience.
You know how to work the audience.
And I got a gig out of that because I'm performing at him and his husband's wedding. Yeah.
Imagine Valentina was there. It'd be like, I'm going to put more on.
She'd be lost.
It's the Forever Fest, which, by the way, Chad and I were like talking about names. I'm like, how about like it's Forever Fest? They're like, oh, I love it, Forever Fest. So cute.
I can't wait.
Ma'am, how have you changed the most? It could be personally, it could be professionally, from the very first moment like today. Like today, like you're running in between gigs and huge projects.
From the first time I performed, I wouldn't say much has changed. I think I still have the same. I will hope I still have the same spirit of a performer.
You don't beat people up no more.
Huh?
You don't beat people up no more.
I'm just not as vicious as I used to be. But
Mayhem is for a reason, y'all. It wasn't something she just picked out of the sky now.
It was
for a reason, y'all.
Oh, I'd like to know.
Inside scoop. Let's hear it.
But I don't know. I think when I first started doing drag, it was all about just getting up there and just having a good time, and I still have that with me right now. So I don't think much has changed. I don't think the look has changed.
Oh yeah,
I was gorgeous before, but now I'm sickening.
Stunning. It's funny you talk about taking your time. One of your acts where you like take your time has become meme central.
Yes.
Because you're in the moment on stage. Jazmyn, we have a little clip. Oh, one of the questions we got was how did you get your name?
Well, a bunch of my friends wanted me to do drag, and I was like, no, girl, I'm not into that. And they just started calling me Jazmyn. They just would not let it go. So then eventually I just became Jazmyn.
But like why like from Aladdin or
No, I don't know why. I honestly don't know why they did it. They never told me a reason. They just said we're going to start calling you Jazmyn.
You don't have any friends that you just call like a
certain
female name?
because
I call people
Cars I do.
Sort of the same. Yeah.
You have to like I had Ramona.
Maybe I was like their brand new car because I mean when I first came into like the gay
and
scene,
everybody got a ride. Boop, boop.
Yeah, they kind of did. So. Back then, yes, they did. But like they just started calling me Jazmyn, and I was just like, oh, okay. But my youngest sister's name is Jazmyn, and it's spelled Jas. So I had to decide I changed mine. And then there's Jazmyn Masters as well, who I live and die for. I was like, well, there's a lot of Jazmyns out here. Like, let me at least change the spelling of my name. And so I just changed it to that. And Simone came from that movie with Al Pacino when he, you've seen that movie Simone where he created this virtual like celebrity who did all these movies. Nobody has seen that.
I've never seen that.
Oh my gosh!
This is some good.
It came from. It was like literally one of my favorite movies, really and deep. He was a character that created a virtual reality like actress, and her name was Simone, and she became like an award winner, but no one ever saw her in person. No one ever interviewed her in person. Yeah, it was a super good movie. It's with Al Pacino. It was a really good movie.
Never heard of that, but I'll be watching it tonight.
You're welcome, Al.
Yeah, and Echelon came from one of my like I want to say original drag mothers, but I know May doesn't like because. Well, look, let me say, Mayhem is kind of like my drag grandmother. because her
You just dug yourself even a deeper
no, I
hole, by
didn't.
the
No.
way.
Technically, because my original drag mother is Skyy Echelon. Like she did Janet Jackson all over California, and I put that last name on there. And then when she decided to, leave me with, like most African American families leave their baby with the grandmother, Mayhem took me under her wing and. No, it's true. She took me under her wing and she was like, "Girl, come here.
I did.
Come do this show with me. Come do this show with me." And ever since then, it's been
But you've had this nurturing personality to a lot of successful drag queens.
Yes.
I call myself like this.
All of them.
The Southern California mom, like to all the
She
drag
is.
queens. I've nurtured and mentored a lot of girls over the
Yes.
years.
In the
is pretty
best way
cool.
possible.
So if you guys need a final drink, now's the time to do it. It's last call. Because we do rapid fire. So Jazmyn, I want to take a little peek at one of your performances, and I want both you guys to kind of dictate or narrate what's going through your mind when you first step on stage, how you can see the audience, what you're doing, the first few moments of your drag performance. I want you to kind of walk us through what's happening in your mind. Because anytime a drag queen walks on stage, they own that stage.
Oh my
but we
God.
don't know what the inside narrative is. So Kurt, go ahead and play this, and you guys kind of turn the volume down just a little bit, Kurt. Kind of narrate us like this is your this is your first.
This was me walking out. This was at Mickey's in West Hollywood, and this was a I don't know if you guys ever watched the Queen's Court with Kaya and T.S. Madison before they split up. They created this song together, and it was just a song just to let bitches know that look at you're a hater. It's basically like hecklers online and online bullies and stuff, and it was one of those things like, I'm too busy. I'm performing. I don't have time to even deal with any of you guys. So me walking out there, I just knew I just wanted to just do the lyrics and collect money and not even worry about people that weren't. Because normally if I'm on stage and I see somebody not engaging with me, I'm like, you can clap, you can smile, it's free.
So do you pick one person to start, to go to, or when
No. It's just people that randomly as you see throughout the night or throughout that little runway that you do.
Now, do you guys have nerves? Like the sound's not going to be enough.
Oh, all the time. If you don't ever get nervous before you go on stage, then you're not really doing this.
I don't
correctly.
get nervous, actually.
She's a liar.
So tell me about that.
I don't get nervous.
You don't get nervous?
I don't. I never do.
It's one of those it's just one of those Lord, just let this go correct. That's what I call nerves. Just let this go right.
I always
don't let me fall.
I always pray before I go on stage, and
Yes.
I always just ask God to let me be a vessel and to help me get through the night and hopefully entertain those who are out there to support. But when I go out there, I'm comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
I feel at home on stage, so I never get nervous. I'm always looking forward to getting out there.
Yeah. I look forward to it too, but like she said, you just pray before. That's what I call nerves. I feel like that's what nerves is. I'm not shaking or anything before I jump on there.
I've only gotten nervous
from my first time until now, I can go on stage. If somebody was to call my name right now, I could jump up from this mic and jump there and perform. You know what I mean? But this is a very comfortable Jazmyn Simone. Back when, if you had my first performance, there was a lot of nerves. Oh my God, I'm horrible. I'm running around.
Well, and to the eye, you come out and it's you could care less who's there. You're doing your thing.
That's kind of what this number, and it also does what kind of numbers you do. This number was really I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to do this. And the song said it all. It's called Next Caller or something. I blocked you, girl. You're blocked. I don't have to hear your negativity. I'm here for positivity. I'm here to make money. And I'm here to be beautiful and entertain you guys. Your negativity does not matter to me. That's basically what all that was. And your money is very much appreciated.
You guys are actors. Literally, you have to do the full movie in a 2-minute or 3-minute song. You have to have the beginning, middle, and end.
A good drag queen is.
Yes. Now, when was the first time that you got nervous?
It was actually recently. Out of all the years I've been performing, I recently got the nerves when I went to Germany to perform at the finale for Germany's Next Top Model.
Wow,
that was amazing too.
Yeah.
And
it was in an arena,
Yes.
and it was I want to say it was they said it was 15,000 people or something like that. And so, and there was like
Probably
pyrotechnics
even
involved.
watching
And
it.
Even
it
watching
was
it, I
something
was
major.
like-
So I was
And
like,
it's Germany. They love their black and gay people.
baby.
Oh yeah, I heard
Not only-
stories.
They love their black men and they love their black queens, honey. I never felt so special in my whole goddamn life.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I'm talking about a few years ago.
It's a
Oh, yes.
it's a collective group at that moment.
Yeah.
And then of course it's Heidi Klum, and
I mean, come on.
I was just like, oh my god, this is like a supermodel,
Yeah.
like, and I'm working for her, and I want to do well for their country, and it was crazy. And I was sharing the stage with Shawn Mendes and Rita, and I was just like, oh my god, what the hell am I doing? This is like legit.
And this is
You've
the
arrived.
and this is the role that drag has now. It is in mainstream. This is part of our culture. It's part of entertainment
Finally.
at large. It's
Finally,
not at
right.
some hole in the wall.
Finally.
So, Doctor, I want to take a little peek at some of the footage of what we have here, because I have always wanted this done. This is this is double chin. Girl,
Yeah.
where are you going?
Oh, I'm not allowed to leave here.
No, you have to hurry up, though, because we're going to finish the show. Oh. So this is non-invasive double chin getting rid of. I want this so badly.
Is that Kybella?
Wait.
Kybella. And he puts a numbing cream that
Numbing solution.
a numbing solution.
A lot of people talk about this numbing,
Well,
so it's
people
not
are
the
afraid of
painful.
needles, but you don't feel it. You feel him just kind of like pinching your skin. Like you don't feel the needle at all.
So this gets rid of, because I've always wanted to yeah?
Yeah, no, it works. It works really well, actually. There's a little kind of
I'm intrigued.
yeah. There's a little hurdle you have to get over. The first 1 or 2 treatments, it kind of reduces a little bit, but afterwards, it goes down substantially.
Oh wow.
And it does work, and we could actually use it in other areas besides just the double chin. So
Like
there's
where
a,
else?
So we do. Well, actually, I don't know if
Oh, yeah, tell us exactly what we're looking at.
Spill the beans. Spill the beans.
So
Everyone's looking at me like,
I'm like,
I know, we're all trying to figure out.
where did you put that?
Where'd you do it?
Well, I'll say it. I love doing ab workouts, but there's just sometimes you just have like an area that no matter what I do, it will not go away.
Yep.
But that's being a natural human. Nobody is picture perfect.
No,
Who wants
absolutely.
to be natural
No.
these days?
Girl.
But but this goes back to like a self-confidence sort of a thing. And so I had asked him, I said, is this something like lipo? And I'm like, I don't want to do that. Well, Kybella was an easy solution, and you can explain how it worked, because it's actually, I did 2 treatments, and the results are like 1,000 times amazing.
Oh yeah, he actually did really well with it, and it was he was kind of the ideal client with it too, because he had just that little bit of stubborn fat that wouldn't go away, and we really just wanted to reduce that one area. These are kind of off-label areas, and the injections you still actually have to be careful with, areas that are not really kind of fits within the spectrum of the FDA approval, but there are a lot of things you could do as long as you do it safely. So he had that little bit of stubborn fat right there, and he responded fantastic to 2 treatments. It was
It's
pretty impressive.
crazy, yeah.
So it was-
and that's the thing, so when I actually did research on Dr. Khan, it was one of those things where you don't want to end up unbotched. Right? It's like you read the reviews, you see that he's legit, he's a fantastic doctor, and you go and meet with him, and I'm like, here's what I would like to do, and it's like no BS. Like he'll be like, this is what we can do, this is what we can't do, and here's what will work
I love
for
that,
you.
because I think a lot of people are saying yes, yes, yes for the money,
Right?
And people come out looking terrible, or they get not a result that they wanted.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, we definitely. I don't. One of my staff members, had told one of the clients pretty much exactly the way I kind of approached most of it. Client was asking, well, is Dr. Khan going to do this? Is he going to do this? And I think they were looking at lipo or some weight loss stuff, and she wanted medications and stuff like this. And my client said, look, Dr. Khan's the type of doctor that's going to tell you, go run on a treadmill. So it's because I know, depending on what that person is doing and where they want to get, whether they're going to be dissatisfied with what I'm going to sell them versus I'm going to give them an effective treatment that they're going to be happy with. and they're going to look for a result that is visible. They can see that.
There's no quick fix.
Yeah, there's no quick fix.
You know, we had Reed Ewing on the show about 3 months ago. He's from Modern Family. He plays Dylan. I thought he was so adorable. His very first episode, he went through so much plastic surgery, and during one of the seasons, his surgery was actually moving around during the season because he had body dysmorphia. He just was never happy with it. No, not one doctor said, "Hey, you don't need to do this."
Yeah.
Or they just wanted to take the money.
Yeah.
And just like they're just yes, yep, we'll do it, whatever you want.
It's like an ethical thing. Ryan, we got this email from you. When you're not working, what music are you just casually listening to?
Well, one thing that people are surprised to hear is I drive in silence.
Yes.
What?
I can't do anything.
Oh,
I can't take a
yes.
shower in silence.
I'm learning to do that now. Yes.
I spend a lot of
No.
time not listening to music in
Yep.
silence because when I listen to music, I get overwhelmed.
Because you're thinking about.
I can't help it. I'm thinking about it. And
That
I'm
makes
like, oh, what
sense.
effects are on that vocal, and what synth is that, and oh, I see the effect they did there, and how are they getting that sound, and oh wow, those beats. I want, yeah. And so I'm
that
like,
makes sense, but like
yes.
silence freaks me out.
The best thing
The
I
minute
love,
I wake up, I'm pressing play on something.
love getting in the car. Don't have a
love it.
destination. Just get in the
Just
car
drive
and just
it.
Yeah.
drive.
And a lot of inspiration comes to me in silence.
Yep.
Ideas for
And
songs.
because we live
Yeah.
and work around music all the time. Like if
We
you're
live
like
in noise.
Well, that's funny because
Yeah.
I hate talking on the phone. If my mom calls, it doesn't matter who calls. I hate talking on the phone. I hate like small chat in Ubers. I just don't want to do it.
I don't
No,
think
yeah,
anyone
I-
So
wants
maybe
to
it's like
chat
because I'm
in
talking
Ubers.
all the time.
That's why
Like, I-
texting is great.
amazing.
Right.
Which dating, some people actually want to talk on the phone. It's like,
I used to be like that too. Like, what are you calling me for?
you guys,
you
I
wanna get
literally
to know
have
me
3
now.
pages of questions full. This is how fast the show goes. Am I right? So we're gonna do a little rapid fire. You're gonna tell our viewers and listeners where they're gonna find you. This is our final rapid fire. Who wants to go first?
I volunteer Ryan.
Okay.
Twist your arm already.
Ryan, most DJ played song that just needs to go.
Oh.
Rapid fire, sweetie.
I don't like that Janelle Monáe song. I'm over it.
Oh.
Yeah.
All of us.
Okay.
What?
Which
I think everybody's over
All
because
of
we don't
them?
know.
We're like,
all of them.
yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Which one? To make you feel?
Which,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just make you feel. Oh, okay, yeah.
Does
Yeah.
it just cringe you?
That's just lately. That's one that I'm just like, I'm not playing that song anymore.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Genre of music you'd be the most nervous to remix? Like, what genre is not in your comfort zone?
Most indie artists.
Oh.
I get sent a lot of bad music.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A lot of bad music. So it's tough.
How long do you listen to a song? Like,
That's a really good
If you get a
question.
lot of music,
That's a really good question.
Like, is it 15 seconds?
Yeah, it's like within
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Do you
I
jump
know.
around? You're like, it's good or bad?
It's usually within 15 seconds. If I'm, I'll jump around a little bit, but usually
That's-
15 seconds. You just know. You can just tell right away from the way the lyrics.
That's scary though, because people
Vocal.
say like, their big climax is at the end, and I'll tell you, I get about 5 emails a day from PR reps for just music, and they're like, "Here's our latest album," blah blah blah. I don't know what to respond to because it's like,
Being on the Billboard panel, I get tons of music sent to me every week because the record labels hire promoters to push music onto us, trying to get us to chart the records. So I have all this music I have to listen to, and they're like car salesmen, like, here, take, I'm representing these 30 records, and a lot of them are like unknown artists and tracks I would never play, and they were like, they want to talk to me on the phone, and there's like 6 remixes for each song, and I'm like, oh my God.
so this is not so rapid fire, but this is interesting.
Yeah, I'm like,
I was just
wait,
thinking that
what?
too.
Like 15
I like
seconds.
this better.
Even when you audition for Andrew Lloyd Webber, you get 16 bars of music. How like we know, like whatever music, like it needs a little lead in. Even Todrick Hall needs a little like, okay, here's the story, and then here's the lyric, and then here's the chorus. So that's scary to me.
Yeah, if there's a big intro, I'll wait till the vocal comes in. I may think to myself, like, this intro is way too long, but I'll at least give a chance for the vocal to come in. But I know
Big
within,
intro, short intro.
Yeah, I'll know within
vocals.
like the first few seconds of the verse coming in, I can just tell. The quality of the vocal, the production, the writing. I'm like,
I'm gonna start doing all my musical theater. It's like, bah! And
Next.
that's all I'm gonna do.
Next.
Okay. Biggest pet peeve from a nightlife crowd. Oh. Like, what do they do that bugs you the most? You're like, oh.
Hey DJ.
I don't mind song requests. What's the biggest?
Can you play Britney?
A lot of DJs don't want song requests at all.
I don't mind. I'm totally cool. I'm there for them, and
That's such a nice.
That is a
statement.
first.
I was
I've never heard
I
a
don't
DJ
mind
say
it.
that.
Yeah. I like it for two reasons. One is because I look at it as market. I know it's not. I'm sorry, it's not rapid fire, but I look at it as market research because I can see what people are wanting to hear, so I can see what's popular. And also, if it's a song that I don't have a good remix, I'm just not gonna play it. But I don't have to be mad about them asking me.
Right.
But pet peeves, I would say like the drunk white girl that's like throwing up and she's a mess and she's.
Do you have any share? Here's 20.
Or I put a song on and then someone requests that song like 10 minutes later and I'm like, I literally just played that.
Just played
Or okay, another one is someone requests a song and I play it and they leave like as the song's playing, they like leave or they leave right before the song comes on or they keep coming up and coming up. Yeah,
For the
those
same
are
song.
pet peeves. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. What would your
fire.
drag name be?
Well, it would be Chick-fil-A. I did drag one time in college. Actually,
Chick-fil-A.
I did drag one time. I had a girlfriend. I wasn't out. And I did drag, and my girlfriend taught me how to walk in heels. I borrowed some of her clothes.
She had an idea.
The first time I went to a gay club was to do market research to see a drag show for
That's what they
for
say,
my,
market research.
It's
for
always
my project.
research.
Chick-fil-A.
I'm sure the market was fresh. Is DJ Khaled a real DJ? Khaled?
I don't know. I've never seen him DJ.
Don't look at
Have
me.
you seen him DJ?
No.
This is.
I
this
just
is
know the
actually a
song he
question
did with
from
Rihanna.
Because it's all DJ. You know, he's a huge social media star.
Yeah.
Is he a real DJ?
I've never seen him DJ, so I don't know.
And you know what? This is like the question of like, oh, are you a real DJ if you play vinyl? Are you a real
Yeah.
DJ if you
No. But like, do you guys respect him as a real
Oh.
DJ?
As a DJ or a producer? As a DJ? I've never seen
whole
him
thing is
DJ.
Yeah, I've never seen.
DJ.
I respect his music.
I think
Yes.
anyone given the time needs respect as respect is given, but at the same time, I mean, personal preference, I guess.
Okay. All right, Ryan Skyy, tell our viewers and listeners where they can find you.
Everyone should go to my Instagram because that's where I'm most active.
And shirtless pictures, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen them.
So tell them what it is.
Oh, it's Ryan Skyy. RyanSkyy.
2 Ys.
Two
Why?
Ys.
I don't know. But why?
Why
Ys.
not?
Because it's
Why not?
It's
Why
visually
not?
4 letters and 4 letters. It has a nice
Oh.
balance to it. Ryan
Yes.
and Sky.
It's very feng shui.
Yes.
Who's next?
I'll go.
Jazmyn.
Oh shit! Hit her with it.
Boom.
What song often performed at drag shows needs to go?
You know, I kind of
Rapid fire
don't
spin.
necessarily like hearing that Meghan Trainor song.
Why'd she
If
point to
I
you?
was you, I wanna be, or if I was something like that.
Me too.
Me too. I don't. I'm.
Okay. Mine is Barbie Girl. I was judging Palm Springs, and they were still bringing out Barbie Girl.
The whole song.
Yeah. No.
Oh no!
wow.
See, I do I mix that with something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you were in charge of creating a new RuPaul challenge, what would the best challenge be
Talent.
to challenge a queen's skills? Like so.
Talent.
Death drop. What?
No, I can't do a death
Okay.
drop.
I think a death drop should disqualify you.
Yes.
Immediately.
And you're
Absolutely
out.
now,
You have
yes,
nothing
because
else.
I feel like it's a go-to move for
Right.
girls now.
Everybody says
The
it.
death
like
drop,
nothing
the
else.
split,
And the judges all act like,
and they.
oh God, I never saw that.
God, no one's ever done this before.
Did
Bitch,
you
they've
see
been
the
doing
other
this shit
2
for
minutes
years.
of dead? Yes, I think
Yeah.
death drops.
Yeah.
Okay.
They should do a death drop in reverse, like forward. Let's see. What happens.
How about you start on the ground?
About
Get
face
up,
first. How about
Yeah,
that?
on the
How about you
ground.
do that? That's talented.
Yeah. So, what would the name of your challenge be? To like challenge.
Talent.
No, but
What would the name of my talent be?
how about like talent without makeup or gowns?
I don't know what that would be called. True talent? I don't know. I mean, because it's a talent to throw makeup on your face, and it's a talent to
Yeah, well,
have
that-
to be
that
able to
is
make a really good dress. But can you actually perform without all of the extras?
Call it
Most people can. Entertainment.
Talent
Call
in
me.
the raw.
Call it entertainment.
Before I started doing drag, I was a dancer all through my life, like in high school. My dad was a Michael Jackson impersonator, so this shit comes very like
We find out, like, every time you open your mouth, we find out amazing things.
Yeah, he was. So this is, if you can just do it without all the drag on, then that's great.
Jazmyn, least favorite part of makeup doing drag, where you're like, oh, I have to do this now.
Tucking.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
completely. Favorite part, untucking.
Well, you're Latino, so.
I'm not.
I thought you were Latino.
No, I mix with black and white, but still the same.
Oh, so.
Still the same.
Well, it
Just
depends.
cut.
It
Just
depends.
cut this time, yeah.
Depends which half is.
Yeah.
Personal ritual after getting home after a night of doing drag. What's the first thing that you do
Do you
for
see my
yourself
earrings?
personally? Yeah.
That.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Ganja.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All day.
Celebrity you'd love to do a drag makeover on.
Ooh,
Drag makeover.
a celebrity.
Ooh.
Old, young, guy, girl.
You know what? If is she a celebrity? Megan McCain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Megan
Sure, yeah.
McCain.
And she'd probably love it.
Yeah.
Jazmyn, where can our viewers and listeners find you?
If you really want to like know where I'm at all the time, follow me like Ryan Skyy said on my Instagram. I'm the most hot on there. My
Spell it,
Instagram.
though.
Yes, I know. I have to spell it. It's I am, which is IAM _J, the letter J, Simone, SIMONE. I know.
It takes a lot of effort to follow
I was
you.
saying,
like,
I know. I didn't think.
the most cardio I did
Honestly,
all
when
week.
I made my Instagram, I did not think I would be like a girl that goes around the world and around the
You've been
I don't know.
around
It's
the
gonna be
block,
one of
around the
those
world.
around the
Yes.
block and all that. So
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Between the two of you, who's next?
I could go. It's fine.
Michael, you have to create and we did this kind of fun question. You have to create a pool party for an LGBT sci-fi club. What is it called? Trekkies and Star Wars fans.
Oh, I'd probably call it Sky's the Destination.
Destination
cerebral.
Sky.
I mean, of course it's cerebral.
Destination Sky.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Boom.
Thank you. everybody.
Ow.
Or Destination Uranus.
I mean that too.
What would your drag name be, Michael?
Oh, Sasha Caminito Baya.
How the fuck?
Oh,
He didn't
my God.
even take a pause from that.
Caminito.
I like
Baya.
how he already had his.
Caminito
You already
Baya.
have yours. How does everyone
How?
already have a drag name?
So, you remember the whole thing? Like, it's,
Rapid. Kurt has to go home.
It's your first dog's name and the street you were born on. And my dog's was Sasha, and my street was Caminito Baya. So I'm Sasha Caminito Baya. And I've done
so
drag
good.
on Atlantis events before, and
I bet you're a pretty girl, especially after Dr.
she's a
Turret's.
tall girl.
Yeah.
There's pictures out there. You have to find them.
I'm gonna go
but-
look. I am. I'm gonna go look.
Michael, a disco anthem is being written about your life. What is this song called?
Busy times. Busy times.
I was
And
there for busy times.
No, it's busy times, and it's a 14-minute remix.
Yes,
It takes
honey.
forever, and you're like, get there already.
How about busy bitch? Then we'll do it. Disney character you would want to get down with, because you MC or you DJ for a lot of Disney.
Well, I mean, a Disney character. I would probably say. I mean, now that there's the Marvel comics.
No. Disney.
How you don't
Disney. Aladdin.
No, I would probably say.
Mine.
I would probably say. Let's say who's Eric from Ariel.
Yes, that was my second
Little
choice.
Mermaid.
That was my second choice.
Yeah, because you just quiet.
How
and just bend
original.
over and take it.
Yes.
Okay. What Madonna song, which is funny because we did that, would you want to remix the most?
Honestly, Give It to Me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I there's so many remixes, but I've always had this in my mind, like Give It to Me. I just like it. So.
All right. Tell our viewers and listeners where they can find you.
They can find me at Hey Michael Paul, HEY Michael Paul, and leparties.com for this weekend. So yeah.
Yes, girl. All right. I wasn't prepared, but I do have.
Oh fuck! I was like, I'm skipping this. Like,
No,
yes.
because you came in.
Shit.
Superhero you would want to be, male or female?
Oh, Storm.
Yes.
From X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strangest thing you've bought for your career?
Oh.
Handcuffs.
I never saw an act with you in handcuffs.
It wasn't for
no.
her.
It's private shows.
Private eye.
Describe your ex using a movie title.
Wait, describe my ex? Movie title. 6 Feet Under.
Did they die? Are they still alive?
Oh,
killed him.
lady.
It's like Big Little Lies, like this new season. He killed
He
him.
said rapid fire.
Celebrity you'd go straight for.
Angelina Jolie.
That's every gay man's.
She's beautiful.
She is gorgeous.
Yes.
Favorite body part on yourself?
My eyes.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Or my lips. Either or.
Tell our viewers and listeners where they can find you.
You can find me at the only Mayhem on everywhere.
On everywhere.
Grindr, Scruff. Not Tinder. So you
I
guys,
was like, oh yeah, iTunes too now.
you guys, a big thank you to my guest for today, my guest co-host, Michael, Kurt, our engineer, of course, we always run over, and poor straight man needs to run home. Mama Rose in the chat room, Here TV, and you, our loyal listeners. Share us, tweet us, DM us at On The Rocks on Air. Coming up, I can't even tell you what this new season, the summer season, where most people take a break. This is what we're doing. Broadway's Ariel in Little Mermaid, Christine in Phantom of the Opera, and appearing at Hollywood Bowls, Into the Woods as Cinderella's Prince. Sierra Boggess stopped by the show, and we're playing that. American Idol's Effie Passero, Will and Grace, and special actor Brian Jordan Alvarez. Big Brother's Corey Brooks. America's Got Talent Michael Paul. Not you, but...
Not me.
Yeah. 8-time Academy Award nominee makeup artist V. Neal is here, who worked on Hunger Games, Beetlejuice, Mrs. Doubtfire, Pirates of the Caribbean, Edward Scissorhands, and so many more. Star Trek's Keeper of the Keys, Rod Roddenberry. You guys... The show is just amazing!
Yes.
On the Rocks is the place to be every Tuesday. See you next Tuesday! This has been On the Rocks with Alexander, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Universal Broadcasting Network. Find me on Facebook on The Rocks Radio Show. Tweet me or Instagram me at On The Rocks On Air. See you next Tuesday!